Anyway, we're going to do a song by Wilbur Soot. A couple of years old now. Internet ruined me. We're going to start up here. Third finger on the 9th fret of the A. Then we're going to do this little bar across these three there. On the 7, on the D, G and the B. And pinky on the 9th of the G. Now I'm playing it like this because this string, the two E strings on the outside, don't get played. So you kind of do this, I guess it's kind of like a sloppy bar, so that's not ringing out. So if you had this finger up there, it'd be very hard to mute that. You wouldn't be able to see. That's why I've got my finger down there. Okay, that's the first chord. Down, 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 up. Then we're going to stay in this position. We're going to move this finger down to the 9th on the D and then move this bar further up there. But you still want to keep these two muted as much as you can, which is kind of hard. So I guess if the B doesn't ring out so much, yeah, you really don't want that high E, so it's very, very hard to do. So unless you do that, but no one wants to do that, then it just makes the song too hard. There's actually some tricky parts in this song. But anyway, back to it. 9 7 9 7, then 7 9 9 7. I'm just going to play it like that. So down, 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 up, 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 up. Slide that whole shape down to the 5 7 7 5. Again, that's the same rhythm as the first chord. Then into an A, but you don't want to bar all of it, so you're just going to grab the A note on the 5th of the E. So you got 5 7 7 6, and then these two are open. Okay. Down to the A. Again, we're going to mute that top E string, but we're going to have 5 on the A, 7 on the D, and 6 on the G. So it's similar, just to there. But then we do the rhythm, then back to that A modified A. So up to now we've got. Second time, instead of going to the A, go up to a B minor. Okay. There's a bit that goes over the top, which sounds like guitar. I'm pretty sure it's guitar. It's just got like a really picky, like thin kind of, it's like a cool sound. But anyway, I'll just show you what the notes are. It's up here on the 12th, so 12 on the D, 14, 14 on the G and the B. And just cycle through those twice in rhythm with that. Then when you go to that chord, and move this up to like a A chord. So we've got 12 on the A, and then I'm doing this bar there on the 14s. We're not going to play the G string, but I find this the easiest way to play it. So then we're going 12, 14, jump up to the B, and then use your little finger to grab the 16 on the G. Back to the 14 on the B, and then the 14 on the G. Not quite like that. kind of tricky. It's all sort of squashed up there when you've got big, you know, Frankfurt fingers. So again, that. Nice. Cool. Intro. Now, during the verses, I'm going to do this like little, it's kind of a tricky picking thing because you're jumping a lot of strings. One way to play it would be with your fingers, but if I'm going to play it with my pick to begin with, to show. And it makes it much easier, unless you know the song really well, it makes it easier to count, to split each bar up into the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Because then you can, until you get used to playing it, once you can do that, you don't really need to count. But to begin with, we're going to have two fingers here on the 2nd fret of the G and the B, and then we're going to play the open D above it twice, so it's 1 and then those two together on the 2 and back to that for the and. So 1, 2. Now you do that 3 times. The 4th time, a slight change to the picking pattern. You're going to go 1 and 2 and, right, so then keep everything the same, but you can now pick the open A. And then you just alternate between those two things. I guess it doesn't matter if you miss a few, you could always come up on that. Again, if you want to use your fingers, it's probably easier, but to me it sounds like he's doing a pick and he's just got used to all that business. And at the very end of the verse, I think it cycles through those two, alternate to the D and the A, 3, maybe 4 times, but on the last time, up to the 2 on the D and 2 on the G. For a bar, just 1 and then move all that up into what would be a B chord, but you just really need the 2 on the A, the 4 on the D, the 4 on the G. Yeah, so then back into that. Between those two chords for a bit before it goes into another. Yep, so recap. Listen to the song for the rhythm, but it's pretty good. It's got that, the 2 downs. Now that's pretty much it, and it goes into the 2nd verse. Now the 2nd verse starts with a slight variation again of that. Don't know why, it just does. So that's just moving between those two. Then it goes back into that until the end of that, and then there's another section after. I think I'm having a bit of a mind blank how it goes, but it's going to be one of the bits I've already shown you. So you do that up until the time where you then just play that the B, the 2, 4, 4, and then you can do that open B string that fits. Hold it then into the 2 on the D and the 2 on the G, like an A-ish, B-ish, A-ish, and then up to a D, but 5 on the A, 7 on the D, 7 on the G. That happens a couple times, a few times, 3, 4. The last time it goes up to that B. Play around with that strum and get a few of those. They don't want to do that. You know, that's always fun. Okay, so there's some nice chords there. Very cool. Now that seemed to go quickly for a song that I found kind of tricky the first time I learnt it. I guess because it's just got those extra bits, and I know I kind of fluffed over some of the changes, but it's good. Like I've covered the chords and where they are. Now it's up to you to do a little work yourself, and then you know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say just have fun playing guitar and do your own version of that song. And I'll see you next time.